That is the field before the lines and bases are put down. The grounds crew performs this same ritual for every game on every field, laying chalk lines, putting down bases, mowing the outfield. It's as timeless as the game itself, and it's all in anticipation of two words: play ball.
First pitch is a strike right down the plate. Now, Kyler McKeever has put on a show throughout this whole entire state tournament, doing a spectacular job of helping lead this Beaufort team. Batter gets ready. Here comes the pitch. 0-2 the count, and McKeever is ahead of the batter, starting off the way Beaufort wants them to start the game. Foul tip. Rouse making some contact that could help build his confidence a little bit, especially being behind an 0-2 count. The catcher for Beaufort County is Hudson Mullen. He's going out there, going to discuss a little bit with Kyler McKeever. Now, this Beaufort team actually has a very interesting story here, and at the end of Tuesday night, it looked like they were about to lose the game until a rain delay forced the game to start the next day, and they came back and won in the 5th inning. They started to come back in the 5th inning, ended up going all 7 innings, but pretty resilient Beaufort team. One of the main reasons they've remained undefeated up until this point. 0-2 still the count. Nice little chopper. Fair ball, and it looks like it's going to get past the third baseman. He's going to second. Rouse is going to make it all the way to second base. There we go. Good hit by Rouse. Way to keep in it and work through that 0-2 count to get a double. Next up to bat, we got number 9, Dylan Jones. Sumter is actually led by coaches Byron Kinney, Jay Jones, and Russ Van Patten, who have done a great job with these young men, leading them all the way to the state championship game right now. And they've battled through a lot to get here. Nice little bunt there, but it does go foul. So normally when you bunt the ball, you want to try to get it on the ground as fast as possible, and you want to get it away from your base runner. So he is going down third base, which is smart because Rouse does not have to run. He is not a forced runner, so he can elect to stay at second base if he feels that that ball is getting too close to third base. Far ball outside, 1-1 the count. Good hit right there. Second baseman stops the ball, and his hesitation allows both guys to successfully get to their next base. Sean Rouse advances to third base, and Dylan Jones goes straight to first. The hesitation right there by number 17, Jaden Andrews. Oh, I'm sorry. By number 5, Carter Zervea, may have allowed Dylan Jones to scamper to first base. Next up to bat, we got Clark Kinney, number 11. This guy is a very good batter and has gotten on the base quite a few times and has quite a number of RBIs. Nice stolen base right there by number 9, Dylan Jones. Sumter is a very aggressive base running team. They have been the whole entire tournament, and at some points has gotten them in trouble, but for the majority of the time, they have been able to fight through it. 0-2 is the count. Kyler's got to finish through on this one. Let's not forget he had Russ out there. And Sumter gets their first score with a nice little shot through the gap there between the pitcher and the shortstop. Now up to bat we got number 3, Jess Swindler. So Rouse comes home for the score, and Sumter finds themselves with an early 1-0 lead, no outs at the top of the first. Sumter's got to be trying to play some very inspirational ball today, knowing that if they win, they're going to have to play a second game. So it's not just a one and done for them at this point. There we go. Good throw, but poor decision. Number 9, Dylan Jones comes in and makes it 2-0 Sumter. It was a good idea by the catcher, but just poor execution, which it is a tough throw for these kids at this age. And once again, the delay by Beaufort County allows number 11, Clark Kinney, to score. Kyler McKeever, who has done a spectacular job thus far this state tournament, just had a little bit of a mental breakdown there and really hesitated on that throw and cost them the run. Sumter is now up 3-0, no outs since the top of the first. Coach Eddie Rodriguez for Beaufort County is going to head out there and probably try to straighten up Kyler Murray's head. You know, like I said, very talented baseball player, but sometimes you can get a little bit flustered, and just takes a little bit of confidence and some coaching up to get yourself steady again. Next up to bat, we got number 10, Ben Reynolds, and Kyler McKeever hoping to stop the bleeding, regain his confidence in today's game. Got a designated runner out there. Appears to be number 18, Matthew Lauzon, is filled in as the designated runner, filling in for Jess Swindler. Kyler McKeever tries to catch Matthew Lauzon on first. Now that's something we've seen a lot in this tournament. I talk about it quite a bit, is the pitchers are extremely concerned with the base runners, and a lot of times it ends up in errors, especially at this slightly younger age group of 13-year-olds. It's an easy throw, but you're trying to catch them off guard, so sometimes it throws off a little bit of your aim. And it's cost quite a number of teams some scores and a lot of errors. Number 10, Ben Reynolds, lines up. Once again, trying to pick first base, just has not been very successful. But it could just be trying to get in the head of number 18, Lauzon. Another foul ball right there. 1-2 is the count. And McKeever always starts off the batter the correct way. He ends up working his way to an 0-2 lead, and somehow, some way, they make some very good contact and get on base, and it's actually led to a 3-0 Sumter lead. High fly ball, looks like the second baseman. Oh, poor communication, but the outfielder still does come down with it. That'd be number 11, Braden Deneen with the catch, and that's the first out for Beaufort County. Next up to bat, number 5, Hayden Mims.
Number 5, Hayden Mims.
So right now, 3-0 lead for Sumter, 1 out at the top of the first. Here comes the pitch. First pitch is a strike. The catcher makes a very good throw to first base to Jaden Andrews, but unfortunately the runner did get back. 1-1's the count right now, as that one is bobbled and put in the dirt. Oh, far ball left. Smart decision right there by Hudson Mullen, not forcing that throw and putting up risk for an error. He was a little bit out of position and farther back on the plate. Could have been a very difficult throw. Now Hudson does have the arm. He does pitch quite a bit. He has the ability and the strength to get there, but sometimes just the risk versus reward is just not worth it. Another good shot right down there, the baseline. Good. Second out. Third baseman, number 27, Logan Butcher, who put a clinic on the other day, almost batting around. Next up to bat for Sumter, we have Chase Denton, number 7. Two outs right now, 3-0 score for Sumter. Strike one. And McKeever out to his normal start, getting ahead of the batter, but has had difficulties finishing the batters off today, which a little bit uncharacteristic. For McKeever, as he's done a pretty good job both in the field, batting, and now pitching for this week's tournament. Hudson Mullen having a little bit of difficulty today catching the ball. He's dropped it quite a number of times. Just from the angle I'm sitting at, I can't tell if it's just a low ball or what's going on. Looks like a timeout is called right now by the ump. Jim Hinson appears to be having a conversation with the catcher before he goes back behind home plate. Looks like he called that one a ball.
All right, back here at the bottom of first. Score is St. George 1, Most Corner 0. And we'll
Looks like 3-1 is the count right now.
leading off.
So McKeever finds himself behind after getting a nice strong start at 0-1.
Batting third baseman number 9, Lauren McGuire.
And that's a walk right there. Number 7, Chase Denton gets on base, and now two guys are on base, one in scoring position, with number 14, Bryson Hodge, up to bat. Now, if Hyson can connect with this ball, he could find himself. And Beaufort stops the bleeding, gets their third out, and they're going to exit. Kyler McKeever had a little bit, started off strong, but had a little bit of an uncharacteristic inning for him, especially to start off the game. Threw 27 pitches, which is a little bit high when we're talking about, especially some of these pitchers at the championship game, especially for Kyler McKeever. Like I said, he's done a spectacular job all tournament in the field, you know, on the mound, and even in the even batting. On the mound today for Sumter is number 11, Clark Kinney. Clark Kinney, from what I have seen, is probably their best pitcher that Sumter has, and they did a great job of planning out his ability to get here. He warms up. Now our leadoff batter for Beaufort is number 23, Dietrich Schuford, my apologies, followed by number 21, Kyler McKeever, who was the pitcher for Beaufort. Number 27, Logan Butcher, is the third batter, and the cleanup batter is number 10, Hudson Mullen, who is the catcher for Beaufort County.
Swung on and fouled off to the left side out of play. It'll be 0-1 count here to Lambert.
Hey, is there any way you can turn down your mic a little bit in my ear? Yeah, just a little bit in my ear.
You can turn it down.
Okay,
Next pitch from
I got it.
swung on and hit over the shortstop head, and that'll get in for a base hit by Dylan Lambert, shortstop in Monk's Corner. And Monk's Corner will have their first hit of the ball game.
Behind the plate for Sumter County, we have number 3, Jess Swindler. All right, let's see if Beaufort County can battle back right now.
There's the next pitch outside. That is aired out over the second baseman's head as Dylan Lambert will lie in for a hit.
First pitch is a ball. Well, welcome to the 2019, if you're just joining us, to the Dixie Junior Boys State Tournament. I believe there was a little bit of technical difficulties, and if you're just tuning in, Sumter had a pretty good first inning, getting 3 runs in. Beaufort County's first batter, Dietrich Schuford, just had a high fly ball caught by the third baseman, and now number 21, Kyler McKeever, Beaufort County's pitcher, is up to bat. First pitch is a ball. Looks like it was high. Now Beaufort County pitcher number 21, Kyler McKeever, has done a great job all tournament, but had a little bit of a rough start at the top of the first. A little bit uncharacteristic for him. And we see him quite a bit play around here because he's a hometowner for us. 2-0's the count. 2-1 the count now. And if you just joining us, on the mound we have for Sumter, number 11, Clark Kinney. Clark Kinney is probably Sumter's best pitcher, and they've done a spectacular job of being able to hold him until the championship game. So it is going to be a very tough game. Just a quick run through of what could happen today. Beaufort County is the last undefeated team remaining, and if they were to win today, this would be the only game. Now, if Sumter were to win, we would have to play a game 2 because both teams would have 1 loss.
In there for strike 2, nice off-speed pitch there by Nathan Nesson. Oh, never mind, I apologize. It sounds like they called a ball. I believe this big message.
Well, and he's going to walk McKeever. McKeever gets on base, and looks like it's going a little bit positive because Logan Butcher is a very talented hitter, and he normally is very, very proficient at getting people in to home plate. Butcher has one of the more relaxed stances that I've seen out of the batters at this ages, but like I said, he has a very good success rate of getting on base and bringing people home. He's also Beaufort County's starting third baseman. He had a couple of very good plays in the first inning. Looks like 1-1 is the count right now.
Next up the bat will be number 6, AJ Leggett. Right now, number 7 came in weather.
2-1's the count. 1-2. I apologize there.
Runner on first base, Monk's Corner has
Jim Henson keeping a little tight on his counts. That's difficult to see from this angle.
first pitch to Leggett is way outside for ball 1.
1-2 the count. And that's a low strike, bottom left of the box, getting out Butcher, who's normally very proficient, as I mentioned, getting on base. Now batting the cleanup batter, number 10, Hudson Mullen, who's also been Beaufort County's catcher. Beaufort County is a team that I like to call them a rally team. Once they get going, they're tough to stop, but sometimes they take a little bit to start rolling.
1-1 count here, 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning.
Good hit right down there, the foul line, right over third base, and puts one man in scoring position and hits a good single. Next up to bat for Beaufort County, number 11, Braden Deneen. This is where Beaufort has at least tried to bring one run in to try to get some confidence. They do already have 2 outs this inning, but like I said, they are a rally team. They're a 2-out rally team, and they've done it quite a bit. First pitch is a strike. Clark Kinney is a great pitcher. He, like as mentioned earlier before, probably their best pitcher. Looks like Mark Rennick's going to come out here and have a quick conversation with the pitcher. Mark, actually one of our athletic supervisors here, and does a pretty good job. He's been here for about 12 years. Kind of pulling double duty for us today. 0-2 the count with a foul ball there. Good contact. Now, I mentioned earlier, Beaufort County on Tuesday night before the rain delay was actually losing their game, and then the game was called and pushed to the early next morning of the next day, where they rallied back and won the game to remain undefeated. Another foul tip right there. Still 0-2 the count. Let's see if Clark Kenny can take advantage of this 0-2 count. High foul ball back behind the plate. Make sure nobody is injured in the crowd. We've had actually quite a number of spectators hit by foul balls. The way the fields are lined up, they're 3 all backstops facing each other. And if you don't keep your head on a swivel, you could get hit.
My RBI single call was really good.
Now, if you're also tuning into the other game, on field 2, we actually have Monk's Corner versus St. George being called by Matt Watts, our deputy director. He does a pretty good job trying to find a career in in announcing games with his good play call. Good hit right there. Appears to be an error by number 10, and that will bring in number 21, Kyler McKeevers, trying to fight back, doing some damage of his own, giving Beaufort County a score. Now the score is 1-3. Sumter still leading. Now up to bat, number 6, Kevin Brown. Kevin Brown has shown his athletic prowess throughout this whole entire tournament, doing some great base running and some spectacular field work, and has even pitched a little bit. Nice little shot in the gap if they can get to second, and safe. Great base running right there, and that was good effort though. Next up to bat is the DH, number 13, Owen Harwell. He's actually batting in the lineup for number 34, Will Korn, who's the center fielder. So Owen Harwell obviously put on the DH for a reason. He's very good at getting on base. One thing we've noticed, a balk, which brings home. Wow, you don't see that very often. And number 10 for Beaufort, Hudson Mullen, gets a free pass to go home. They called him for a balk there. Clark Kenny is very distraught about that call, and now we have 2 guys in scoring position, but number 13, the DH, up to bat. That now makes the score Sumter 3, Beaufort County 2, with 2 men in scoring position and 2 outs. So as I mentioned, Beaufort County is a rally team. They are a huge momentum team. Ball 1. Or strike. That was a very delayed call right there by Jim Hinson.
1-0 count. No
0-2 the count, and a little bit of a flinch it looked like by Owen Harwell. You can see the frustration definitely coming off in the pitching by Clark Kenny for that balk call. It looks like there's some discrepancy about where Clark Kenny's foot is in regards to the mound. It looks like his foot is starting in front of the mound and could be called again for a ball. A ball 2. 2-2's the count, levels up. Got number 11, Braden Deneen, waiting to come home and tie up this game for Beaufort County, but they do have 2 outs, so let's see if Kenny can maybe get ahead. And a huge lead right there by Kevin Brown, and they struck him out. So Kenny kept his composure. So at the end of the first inning, we have Sumter County 3, Beaufort County 2. And we'll be right back with the County Channel. Welcome back to the top of the second inning in the Championship Junior Dixie Boys Championship game. Up to bat for Sumter, we got number 4, Blake Van Patten, who's actually, his dad is actually one of the coaches. Now, if you missed half the first inning or are just joining us now, the score is 3-2. Sumter is leading. Beaufort County had a nice 2-out rally and good throw right there by Butcher, but safe. Beaufort County not playing a bad game, but just seem to not be on the same page at different points with little errors that have cost them some hesitation by quite a number of them. The second baseman hesitated in their first inning, which allowed a couple guys to get on base, and then Kyler McKeever, who, like I said, has been a very consistent ball player, had a big hesitation and allowed a run to come in. He's going to check first base, and that's something we've seen a lot at this age group. They really focus on the runners rather than they do just pitching the ball, and it's cost quite a number of teams, even their wins in this tournament. Up to bat, we're back at the top of the lineup with number 2, Sean Rouse. Sean Rouse did bring in a run last game, nice RBI with a nice double play after being behind 0-2 in the count. And that was the beginning of the game. McKeever very concerned with the base runner, but when you play a team like Sumter who does aggressively run the guys on base, it is something to consider. Kind of just make sure that they're there with the nice pickoffs. Ball's loose, and that's going to end up allowing number 4 to scamper to second, putting him in scoring position for Rouse, who has been a very proficient hitter, and one of the main reasons he is the leadoff batter. 1-1 is the count right now. Rouse appears to be talking to his first base coach. He gets back up in the box. Big lead, chopper right there, and another error by Beaufort County. Number 6, Kevin Brown, once again, another very talented baseball player making kind of a basic play mistake, and Beaufort County just a little off their game today, and Sumter appears to be taking advantage of it. Rouse with another double, 2 back-to-back innings with a double. Up to bat, we got number 9, Dylan Jones, another guy who came in for Sumter. Their first 3 batters came in on runs last inning. That takes a weird bounce, and he's safe. So we got number 2. Oh, I'm being told right now that it actually was deflected off of McKeever's glove. That's why it took that odd bounce. Now, number 11's Clark Kinney, the pitcher for Sumter, is up to bat, and he's actually did a pretty good job. Probably besides that, getting called for a balk that allowed a run to get in for Beaufort County, but has done a pretty spectacular job this whole tournament and really showcasing his pitching ability today. Now, far ball outside. Dylan Jones is scampering to second base, and now that puts 2 guys in scoring position. No outs at the top of the second, and a lot of frustration right there by Hudson Mullen, as he's going to try to get everybody right out there. High fly ball into left field. It's going, gone. Home run, a 3 home run shot by number 11, Clark Kinney. Clark Kinney, if I had to name one guy that has really been at the top of his game this whole tournament for Sumter, it has been Clark Kinney. He has been hot on the mound. He has been pretty spectacular at hitting, and he is quite a good power hitter. The score is now 7 Sumter, 2 Beaufort County. Now, Beaufort County has seen themselves many times before down, but this is a big early lead, and if they don't stop the bleeding soon, they could be finding themselves having to play a game 2 for Sumter County. Now up to bat, number 3, Jess Swindler, looking to continue the momentum. Far ball outside for McKeever. As I've mentioned, very uncharacteristic day for Beaufort County, who tends to be another deep shot. Great catch by the center fielder, Will Korn. Number 34, Will Korn, who we didn't see in the batting lineup because he was being DH'd, but and I'm just being told by Mr. Platinum Album himself, Matt Watts, that he had the highest number of viewers the Beaufort County channel has had in a while for some of these games, so continuing to grow and a lot of great baseball being played. First pitch outside for a 1-0 count. One out at the top of the second inning with number 10, Ben Reynolds, up to bat. Beaufort County just allowed a 3 home run hit. Sumter pretty proud of their pitcher, who not only has done a spectacular job of pitching the ball, but just hit a bomb to the center field, which I believe the backstop's probably about 275 or 300. Got him out. That's 2 outs. Great play right there by Kevin Brown, who looking a little bit more like himself with a play like that. He's been a superstar shortstop and has definitely had 1 error today, which is uncharacteristic, but not uncommon to see in this type of elevated game today. Number 5, Hayden Mims, is up for Sumter, looking to try to re-spark this momentum that they had early on, but now 2 straight outs. Far ball outside. You can see McKeever a little bit hesitant after allowing a couple of big runs and some good hitting. He's trying to stay at the bottom right of that box. 1-1 the count right now. Jim Henson gives us a little strut back to the backstop to get that extra ball.
Swung on and missed for a strikeout. That'll be the first for Tyler Wright, and the first out at the bottom of the second. Coming to the plate will be number 4, first baseman Ryan Pierce.
Back up in the box. Pitch. Foul ball. 1-2 the count right now. That was a good solid contact, and Sumter's been able to take advantage of some of these gaps on the field. Beaufort County, even though they are a very talented defensive team, cannot cover the whole entire field, and Sumter's just kind of been hitting it in those gaps, taking advantage of everything. Ball was tipped, and that'll be the third out right there. And that'll mark the end of the top of the second. We're going to move on into the bottom of the second. The score right now, Sumter 7, Beaufort County 2. Now let me just give another quick rundown of what could happen today. Sumter County, if they continue to take advantage of the opportunities presented to them, will have to play a game 2 because it is a double elimination bracket, and Beaufort County is, as of now, still undefeated. Now, if Beaufort County were to win this game, make a strong comeback, then that would be it. That would be the end, because Sumter has already lost one game but have fought their way back from the losing bracket. On the mound, we still have number 11, Clark Kinney, who has pitched the ball 44 times, which is still a lot of pitches, but when you're dealing with teams that have a lot of talented hitters, seems about correct. Now, Clark Kinney so far has been the bright spot for both teams out there on the field, hitting a home run and doing a great job of getting himself out of some sticky situations as a pitcher.
We'll move on to the top of the third. The score is still 1-1. You're on the county channel. We'll be back in just a minute.
And over on field 2, while we have a brief second, looks like Monk's Corner, I apologize. And St. George are tied in a tight battle right now at 1-1. It appears that they're going into the top of the third inning. Once again, that game is being called by Matt Watts, who has been a fan favorite on the microphone. Just breaking records with how many viewers he's getting over there. I think a lot of it has to do with the publicity of Monk's Corner, but we're just going to give him the little pat on the back for doing such a great job over there. In the box right now, number 17, Jaden Andrews. Strike. 1-1 is the count right now, and Jaden Andrews got to try to start rallying Beaufort. This is the time to take advantage. You don't want to find yourself too far down. And with the great pitching that has been Clark Kinney, it's important to try to get him off his game a little bit. Maybe it'll even throw him off hitting-wise. But 2-1 the count right now. Calls out a strike. 2-2 the count right now. That was seemed like a little bit on the outside of the box, but Jim Henson establishing what he feels his range is. Struck him out. Caught him just looking. Jaden Andrews strikes out there for the first out of the second inning for Beaufort County. Now up to bat, number 5, Carter Sareva. Carter Sareva is also the second baseman. And you could hear the velocity of that pitch up here in the press box. Kinney appears to really be feeling it, and is, with each growing pitch, is confident, appears to be growing too. 0-2 the count right now, and Kinney is hot.
First baseman Big Cone will call off the first baseman and catch it easily for out number 2. So I believe that's 6 pitches and 2
1-2 the count. Now, one thing we have seen out of quite a number of teams is when your first pitcher's real hot, he starts to get a little bit fatigued in this weather, especially because it's very humid here. They tend to start to falter. They put in a new pitcher, and it takes a little bit to get the rhythm, and that could be where a team comes back, and Beaufort County could be looking forward to that, but right now they just have got to focus on getting on base and putting people in scoring position. And got him looking again, number 5. That's 2 Ks this inning, 2 back-to-back Ks, and Kinney's trying to make it a 3 and out. We're back at the top of the lineup for Beaufort County. Number 23, Dietrich Schufert. Winds up, far ball outside. Kinney, can't say enough about him so far in just a short amount of time that this game has been going on, but hitting home runs, striking people out. 2 back-to-back Ks in this inning already. He's looking for his 3rd. Make it a quick 3 and out. 1-1's the count. 2-1's the count right now. Sumter looking to ride this momentum train all the way to a victory. But there's still 5 more innings of baseball, and a good chopper right there. Looks like an error. Can he beat the throw? And he can beat the throw. Good run right there by Schufert, number 23. It was an overthrow, so it looks like he's going to second base. Kyler McKeever now up to bat, and Kyler McKeever's got to try to find a way to build some confidence. He's having a little bit of a rough day, off from his normal self, it appears, early on, but these kids are pretty resilient, and he could bounce back. Maybe get inspired by a nice little hit here. Checks back at second base, trying to catch him. And our base umpire, Mark Renix, calls him safe. Looks like 1-0's the count right now. Straight down the third base line. That's fair, and looks like Schufert could be coming in. As Beaufort chips away at that massive lead that Sumter has early on, but good hit right there by Kyler McKeever. Hopefully that builds back some of his confidence and we can get a real pitching battle going on. Now up to bat, number 27, Logan Butcher, who actually struck out in the first inning, but for Beaufort has been one of their most consistent batters. It's really tough to find anything negative to say about Beaufort County. They remained undefeated and have been resilient. 1-0 is the count. And Sumter, besides that one little hiccup and the loss, they've been a very talented team, and this is probably the 2 best teams that we're seeing play each other, which is definitely made for a good game here. 1-1 is the count right now, as Butcher trying to get it going. I mean, good hit right there by McKeever that got a 1 run in, but they're still down 4. So if they can at least get 1 or 2 more runs in, big swing. Butcher looking like he's trying to take down a tree with 1 chop on that one. And could start to see a little bit of impatience by some of these Beaufort players, which is very uncharacteristic, but I'm sure their very well-seasoned coach Eddie Rodriguez will talk to them, and he's done a spectacular job of coaching these guys up too. 3-2 is the count right now. Hold on.
Third base, so a lot cooking here so far.
Foul ball.
Good on them, but the current pitcher.
I was close. One hop in, but bounced right out. Number 7 for Sumter, Chase Denton, almost got there, but probably just had too much breakfast this morning, wasn't able to get there. A little bit of extra weight, couldn't get him there, but he did a great job.
Going back like they were unknown. And we have a pickle here at third base. Going throws, or we got about
Right to the pitcher, stumbles the ball a little bit, but still goes to first base. And Beaufort County only gets 1 run in, but chipped away a little bit at the lead. At the end of the second inning, it is Sumter 7, Beaufort County 3. We'll be right back at the County Channel. Welcome back to the top of the third inning for this championship game. New pitcher in the game right now for Beaufort County, number 23, Dietrich Schufert. And he's going to be pitching to the leadoff batter, number 7, Chase Denton for Sumter. First pitch is high ball. 1-0's the count right now. Big swing and a miss, and 1-1's the count. Two-1 the count right now as the ball gets away from Hudson Mullen. Two is the count's evened up right now, and Dietrich Schufert trying to get back on top of Sumter, try to hold them to a scoreless inning here. Big hit and great catch right there. I believe that's number 6, Kevin Brown, who they moved to the outfield. Kevin Brown once again making a big play right there after his early mistake, making up for it now with 2 huge plays, one from shortstop and now one from left field. Next up to bat, we got number 14, Bryson Hodge. It's now 1 out. Ball's hit to center field. Is it going to get down? Error right there by the shortstop, and he is able to get on first base. Next up to bat is number 4, Blake Van Patten. And once again, what appears to be the Achilles heels of Beaufort County has just been errors and hesitation. And he overthrew it. He would have got him if that would have been an accurate throw, but Bryson Hodge appears to have good luck on his side as Shuford overthrew first base. Far ball outside. Hodge now takes third. Here comes the pitch. Bad ball, but this is not that deep of a backstop, so Hudson Mullen able to corral that ball. Looks like 2-0's the count right now. Hudson Mullen going out there to talk to Shuford. Hudson Mullen pitched yesterday and did a very good job for Beaufort County. I think he's just having a nice little discussion with his pitcher, trying to get his head right. You're going to have mistakes in sports, and it's just how well you can bounce back from them. So hopefully Shuford can shake it off, try to keep Sumter from scoring here so they can't continue to add to their already pretty profound lead of 4 runs. The score right now is Sumter 7, Beaufort County 3. Appears like we have a little bit of an equipment issue for Hudson. Coach Eddie Rodriguez is going to come out and help with these technical difficulties as him and Jim Henson, the plate umpire, are going to try to help out the young man so he can be ready to catch some balls. Not really sure what's wrong with it, with his face mask, but does appear to be not a quick fix. Still playing around with his headgear. Once again, running through the different scenarios that we have today. If Sumter County continues to maintain this lead, there will be a game 2, what is called an if game, and that is because it is a double elimination bracket. So they just can't beat Beaufort County once and walk away. Looks like they got Hudson all together, back in one piece, and number 4 still up to bat, Blake Van Patten for Sumter. 1 out at the top of the 3rd. Man in scoring position. Far ball outside, and it gets away again from Hudson Mullen. It's kind of been a mix. Of, inaccurate pitches and just concentration, appears like, for Hudson. Normally a very good catch, but 3-1 the count right now. My apologies about that, folks. Been a long week, looking at 2 back-to-back 70-hour weeks right here with the tournament, and Shuford's actually going to walk Blake Van Patten. We've done a great job. Speaking of how long we've been here, the people here have done a great job. Our volunteers, the county channel, our maintenance staff and our athletic staff have done a great job of 2 back-to-back state tournaments. Last week was Ozone. This week we have the Dixie boys and the Dixie junior boys state tournament. So a lot going on right now. 2 men in scoring position with Sean Rouse, who has done a spectacular job of bringing people home. And even him himself has scored quite a number of times. 0-1's the count. Pop fly ball right there is just going to be deciding who gets in. The second baseman gets a throw to home. Going to kind of two outs right now. We're still at the top of the third. Number 9, Dylan Jones comes in. Dylan. I want to say hello to all 20 viewers that we have over here. If you want to tell your friends to tune in too, I'm trying to beat my fellow announcer, Mr. Matthew Watts, in viewing ratings. 1-0 the count right now. Dylan Jones looking to bring one of these guys in scoring position. Good contact and hits it right in the gap. That makes 8. 9. He dropped the ball. And Beaufort County appears to just kind of be coming apart at the seams right now. Very uncharacteristic. Just hesitation, errors, and great opportunities that Sumter has been able to take advantage of, and they just haven't missed on them. Next up to bat, number 11, who's so far been the leader of this Sumter rally, Clark Kinney, the pitcher, the home run hitter. Far ball outside. He's got 1 man on base at second after Dylan Jones hit that double. Or actually, I believe it was a single with an error. 2-0 the count right now. And if you're Sumter County, you've got to be feeling pretty good about what you're seeing right now from your young men. Hudson Mullen loses the ball and allows Dylan Jones to scamper to third base. I cannot emphasize enough right now, if you're just tuning in for the first time or just watching Beaufort play for the first time, this is a very uncharacteristic first 3 innings for this team, as they are undefeated and have even mercy ruled quite a number of teams, have had some massive comebacks, but it just appears today is not their day. And the great part about sports and the great part about young men playing sports is learning to be resilient and build character in these type of situations. Kinney with a high foul ball out the back right. 3-1 the count right now, and Beaufort appears to be in the same spots McKeever has been in. He now walks Kinney. Next up to bat, we got number 3, Jess Swindler. My apologies. And you can kind of see in the body language of Hudson Mullen, he's not very happy with the way the game is going, and I'm sure not many of the Beaufort players are, because they are better than this. And this really could be a clash of the Titans here, but there we go. Kinney scampers over, takes second base, and now once again 2 men in scoring position for Sumter. Sumter taking advantage of opportunities. Sound like a broken record saying that, but there's nothing but that going on. So we got 1-1 is the count right now, as Schwedler is looking to bring in one of these guys in. Ball, but once again, not that deep of a backstop, so very smart base running right there. There is 2 outs in this inning. Both runners take huge leads, and Sumter has been known for their very aggressive base running. 2-2 is the count right now. There it is. Brutcher with a hard hesitation. And they'll get out of this inning, or they will get out of the top of this inning right there, only allowing 2 runs, but Sumter still keeping a very big lead. And in that inning alone, Beaufort threw 25 pitches. With that, we're just going to take a brief break, and we will see you right back at the bottom of the 3rd inning with Beaufort County up to bat. Welcome back to the bottom of the 3rd inning of this very lopsided game early on between Sumter County and Beaufort County. Number 10, Hudson Mullen, is up to bat. He's the catcher for Beaufort County and really shown his frustration early on. Normally a calm and collective Beaufort County team has just kind of been off today. A lot of their negative plays, though, have been led by number 11, Clark Kinney, who's done a great job pitching and has even done a better job at hitting the ball, and just really all-around great performance right now by Kinney. 1-1 is the count right now. And Beaufort, if you're Beaufort County or you're a Beaufort County fan right now, you want to see them try to get it going here. But 1-2 is the count. And you just got to hope these young men don't allow their emotions to get the best of them when they're playing this game. Because if they were to lose this game, they have to come back in a short amount of time and play again. Because they have to be eliminated with 2 losses. High foul fly ball. Caught by the 3rd baseman, and Hudson Mullen pop fly out. Next up to bat, number 11, Braden Deneen, who's actually our right fielder. Deneen steps up in the box. Already find themselves with 1 out. First pitch is a strike, and that's far bottom right corner of the box, but Hinson's been pretty consistent and really lets that pitching box stretch far right. 1-1 the count. Ball's hit. Ball does get down, and Deneen will get on base, which is a small victory, but still in the positive direction for Beaufort County to make this a closer game. Next up to bat has Kevin Brown. Kevin Brown has been a standout on Beaufort County with his showing of athleticism. I apologize. Now he has made 2 great plays, one at shortstop today and then one in the outfield, run and run down, and looks like they're trying to pick the runner but unsuccessful. And I can't say it enough, but we've seen it a lot, them trying to pick the runners, and it has not worked out for many teams, and we saw it happen to Beaufort even earlier today. 1-0 the count right now. Kevin Brown trying to at least get on base here. 1-1 the count, as that ball was right down the center of the plate. There it is, a nice chopper. Let's see if we can make something happen here. They're going to get him out at second. Kevin Brown too fast, though, safe at first. 2 outs right now at the bottom of the 3rd inning. With number 13, the DH, Owen Harwell, up to bat. Owen Harwell did not get on base last time. Last time he was up to bat. Once again, checking Kevin Brown. Now, Kevin Brown is a player to watch, though. He is fast, and he does like to take big leads. Not taking that big of a lead right now, though, but foul ball, and it just skips out the back end of the backstop. 0-1 the count right now. Another foul ball. This one hit deep to left field. Foul ball, and 0-2's the count. Owen Harwell does not want to find himself in this position. 0-2 the count with 2 outs and only one man on base at the bottom of the 3rd. Kenny lines up. Ball's down. High ball. 1-2 the count. Good eye right there by Harwell. Now Kevin Brown has got to be itching to run. I mean, he is, like I said, quite an impressive athlete, but hasn't really been able to show it. And now, once again, struck out, and Kenny continues his dominance of this game. That brings us to the end of the 3rd inning with your score, Sumter 9, Beaufort County 3. We'll be right back here at the County Channel at the top of the 4th. Welcome back to the top of the 4th inning right now. We got a new pitcher in there for Beaufort County, number 1, Job Stevens. First pitch is a ball. Ben Reynolds is the batter right now for Sumter. And Sumter on quite a momentum swing. Definitely having some good mojo go their way. 2-0 the count right now. My apologies. Beaufort County just trying to find that magical formula for pitcher right now, as they've had a little bit of difficulties early on from some very consistent players. 3-0 the count right now, and this is not where Stevens wants to be.
Get some runners on to have a chance to cut into this 4-1 lead. Coming to the plate, looks like
3-1 the count right now as Stevens trying to battle back.
step into the batter.
And he walks Reynolds. So first batter for Sumter is walked. Now batting, number 5, Hayden Mims.
Hayden Mills.
Runner on first base, leadoff single for St. George here at the top of the 5th. They definitely need to get runners on here.
Beaufort County got to try to get back on top of this game before it slips even farther away from them.
Lambert will look on from the stretch.
1-0 is the count right now.
Back and run on first.
I have not seen Joe Stevens pitch yet this state toward me. Might have maybe just a game I didn't call. Foul ball.
One strike here, 0-1 count on the batter.
And Ben Reynolds out there looking like he's getting ready to run a 200-meter dash. That was a lot of running for a foul ball that he just did.
Pitch Lambert in the dirt outside. The ball 1. Throw down to first base, but not in time. That's
1-1 is the count. Ball comes in. Another high. Wow, that ball is hit really foul but far. 1-2 the count. A lot of foul balls hit today. Keeping our spectators on their toes. Another pitch right there. 2-2 is the count right now. Unfortunately, I'm joined by one of our Bluffton police officers to the left of me here, keeping pitch count, Craig. He's done a great job so far volunteering and helping us out here, and we really appreciate all of the town of Bluffton's volunteer help. Full count right now, 3-2. And there's another walk, 2 back-to-back walks, and Beaufort County is just allowing guys to get on base.
Now batting number 7, Chase Denton.
Next up to bat is number 7, Chase Denton. Very uncharacteristic play so far for Beaufort County. As I said, has been an undefeated team and has kind of been a machine at points, but just kind of having a little bit of an off day up till now. But they are a resilient team and have fought back before, and they're still not out of the game. Another high ball right there. Joe just having a hard time finding the strike zone today. Great play right there by Butcher to take advantage of that high foul ball. Got a guy on second, a guy on first, and up to bat, we got number 14, Bryson Hodge. Only one out this inning. So 1 out at the top of the 4th.
1-0 count, enter Hilton. Lambert looking in.
As he was bringing some heat so much that he lost his hat, but it was a ball.
Attempted bunt by Hilton.
Job really showing some power there. Just got to try to zone in on Jim Henson's strike zone.
Top of the 5th inning. Third base. Ball count out.
And a great double play right there by Brutcher. Brutcher, another guy that his name has been said a lot throughout this state tournament. Has had a little bit of trouble getting on base today, but however, great field play right there by Brutcher.
Swings and hits a pop-up in foul territory. The kind of no man.
Now, even though he did walk 2 batters, Job only had 15 pitches that inning, which is a little bit more what a coach wants to see when discussing a pitch count. Now, back up on the mound has been the leader of Sumter County, number 11, Clark Kenny. Clark Kenny hopefully has a really bright future in baseball, along with most of these players at this championship game. A lot of these guys' names have been said quite a bit throughout the tournament with some of their impressive plays. Now, Sumter's 14U boys, or the boys, Dixie boys team, was just eliminated yesterday. They also made it pretty far, but were beat out by a Monk's Corner team that's pretty loaded from the last year's state champions and even one national champion on their team. So out of their 12 players listed on their roster, 9 of them have experience at playing in some of these championship games. Looks like Eddie Rodriguez is going to go over to his normal spot at third base to help coach up his kids. Now, one thing about Beaufort County is, unlike some of the other teams, they only work with 2 coaches. So definitely a lot of quality in those 2 coaches for their team to bring all the way up to the state championship game. Number 17 up to bat, Jaden Andrews. Jaden Andrews is also your first baseman for Beaufort County. Kenny continuing with his confidence with the first pitch he throws out as a strike at the bottom of the 4th. 0-2 the count right now as Andrew finds himself behind and a little displeased that he took a swing at that. Looks a little upset with himself, but strike out, and Kenny, just like last inning, starting off it with a K. Carter Zariva up to bat right now, and number 5 has been doing a really good job out in the field. Their second baseman. Tight ball inside for ball 1. That was a good strike right there. Great throw by Kenny, and 1-1 is the count. Ball outside there. 2-1 the count. Zariva's got to try to get on base. Got to try to get something going for Beaufort County. 2-2's the count right now with that foul tip. So right now, Kenny looking to get his 7th strikeout of the game in the 4th inning, which is very impressive for a 13U team, for the Dixie Junior Boys team. And there it is, number 7. 7 strikeouts today for Kenny and a 3-shot home run. He's really doing it all. Next up to bat, Dietrich Schufert, who had a pretty good inning at pitcher. He's also your starting right fielder for Beaufort County. Kinney winds up, pitch, foul ball. Does look like it is catchable though. And that's a quick 3-and-out inning, 2 back-to-back 3-and-out innings for Kinney. Beaufort County looks like they're going to be keeping the same pitcher as last inning with Job Stevens.
Discount for Sumter's number 11, Clark Kinney. 71.
Clark Kinney has 7 strikeouts on 71 pitches.
One out here. Bottom of the 5th inning. Back to the top of the lineup for most scoring number 5, J.B. Faulkner. He had a single last inning, came out and scored.
Now it looks like they're mixing it up a little bit. Looks like they've actually moved Kevin Brown to second base. And it looks like there might be a new catcher. I'm trying to see if I can figure out who's behind the plate right now. Looks like number 5, Carter Zariva, was just pointed out by Officer Craig. Got the eyes of a hawk, so when you're driving, please make sure you're doing the proper speed limit so he doesn't have to pull you over and you don't have to meet him firsthand. So with a new catcher, same pitcher as last inning, Beaufort County's looking to constrict down on Sumter in the bottom of the 5th inning. Hey, where are we at? We're at the 5th. Top of the 5, my apologies. I said bottom, I meant top. Sorry about that, everybody. I believe 2-0 is the count right now. Job trying to find the strike zone. He found it near the end there, was able to not allow anybody to come in. There we go. 2-1 is the count. It's number 4, Blake Van Patten, is the leadoff batter for Sumter County. 2-2 the count right now, so Job looking a little bit like he found his area. Hopefully he can continue this, and the ball kind of gets away on Beaufort County, so we got a nice little brief delay and before we get back to the pitches. All right, here we go. Job winds up with the pitch. Looks like it's going to be a pop fly. Great diving catch right there, which I believe that was number 23, Dietrich Schufert. Dietrich Schufert, who did a good job pitching one inning, now showing his outfield skills in his normal position. Now here he is, number 2, Sean Rouse, who is batting great today. But he gets hit by the ball, and now every time Rouse has been up at the plate, he has gotten on base. That one, not the way you really want to get on base by getting hit by the ball, but still batting 100% at getting on the base. Next up to bat, we got number 9, Dylan Jones.
Now running on third, 2 outs here, bottom of the 5th, St. George. Quickly getting the first 2 outs.
Job did a great job with the first batter. A little bit of a slip up, but it looks like they're going to second. Is it going to get there? And Rouse is safe by a long shot. That's not on anybody in the anybody. Rouse was just moving fast, and that's a really tough play to have. Foul. There it is. Good. Fly ball right there. Caught by the left outfielder. Rouse remains on second base. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, number 11. Mr. Do-It-All right now has been able to do everything. I mean, first pitch is outside, and if I'm Beaufort County, I am definitely respecting Kenny's power. As I said, hit a home run already, won today. He's hit a couple home runs throughout the state tournament. But you've got to respect this kid's power, and at the same time respect Rouse's speed. Even though Rouse is a little bit bigger of a kid, he can move. Like I said, definitely a lot of talented athletes out there today. Hopefully a lot of future high school and collegiate ball players. Two and one's the count right now. And Kenny looking to continue his dominant performance today. But Job Stevenson on the mound is looking to kind of stop it. Three and two is the call right now. I guess he must have been just a touch inside. It looked like a decent pitch. Just a touch inside according to the base. And he walks him. Kenny gets on base once again. He's also 100% base percentage right now, getting on base every time up at bat. Little delay right here by Jess Swedler getting up to the plate, but right now 2 outs, 2 men on base, 1 on second, 1 on first. And Swedler's looking to either fill up the bases or bring one of these guys back home to add to the lead. Rouse takes off early along with Kenny. And Rouse is fast. And that's a tough throw for Carter Zariva to make because Rouse is already pretty much 3/4 of the way to the third base line by the time the ball hits the catcher's mitt. This might be a time where you check the runner, and Rouse takes a massive lead to home plate but backs up once the catcher has it. Sumter has done a great job today, especially some great individual performances by some of these guys. Ball's hit and caught good. Three outs, and Job does a great job of maintaining composure and allowing 0 runs in that inning, even with everything stacked against him. Now we're going to move into the bottom of the 5th. Job only 31 pitches in 2 innings, so doing pretty well, averaging about 15 pitches an inning. But that was definitely a little bit more impressive of an inning. Something you're not going to see on a statistical sheet is he was in a tough position. A lot of guys in scoring positions, but he held his own and was able to get guys out with help of his outfield. We're going to take a brief break right now during the inning change, and we'll be right back on the County Channel. And welcome back to the Dixie Junior Boys State Championship game with Beaufort County versus Sumter. Beaufort County has a pretty substantial lead right now, 9-3. with the leading superstar really being the pitcher, number 11, Clark Kinney. He's hit a home run, and I believe he has 8 Ks at this point. So doing a great job on both sides of the ball. And along with that, really being complimented by a lot of the Sumter's base runners, especially number 2, Sean Rouse, who's also got 100% base percentage. Leadoff batter for Beaufort County, number 21, Kyler McKeever, a guy that has been discussed quite a bit throughout this state tournament with a lot of impressive ball playing. Started off as the pitcher, had a little bit of a rough going, but he has gotten in for a run on the offensive side. And good hit right there. He's moving. It's going to be tight, but it is an out. Great play right there by the shortstop. Next up to bat, number 27, Logan Butcher, who in today's game has already been one of the key points to a double play. Has caught a couple of very difficult foul balls hit by Sumter, and has played really well in the field. Now looking to play really well behind the plate. One 0 the count right now. One and one the count. Now, if there was a time for a rally, now would be the time for Beaufort County. Bottom of the 5th inning, you've got to start making something happen. High foul ball back behind the back plate, just missing the press box. So unfortunately, we don't get involved in the action today, but we do get to commentate on it. 2-2 is the count right now. Butcher looking to be the first man on base in this inning for Beaufort County. Good hit, but another foul ball. Got some good power behind it, just not in the field of play. A little bit of delay here while the umps get the balls all coordinated. Another foul tip, so Butcher making contact, kind of feeling it a little bit here, but unable to just keep it in the field of play. One and two is the count right now. I don't know if you guys can hear me. It doesn't sound like I'm being broadcasted anymore, so please stand by. Hey guys, I don't think I'm on the air anymore.
Still 2 outs in the inning.
Coming your way, Chase. Coming your way, Ben.
Guys?
7-1. New pitcher for St. George will be.
All right, well, in case you can still hear me, that makes 2 outs right now as Butcher strikes out with number 1 up to bat, Job Stevens, who did a great job as a pitcher last time, battling in a tough situation and definitely held off. Matt, does it sound like you're on the air?
First pitch is in the low, the dirt now get by the catcher. Wild pitch will score A.J. Legatus, extend the one-score lead to 8-1.
1-1 is the count as he hits the batter. Oh, I guess no, he didn't. Look close. 2-1 the count. Hey, can you guys hear me? And Kenny continues his dominance with 3 back-to-back innings of 3 and outs. Yo, can you guys hear me? Am I still broadcasting? Because it doesn't sound like... All right, and welcome back to the top of the 6th inning with the scores Sumter County 9, Beaufort County 3. On the mound for Beaufort County this inning is once again Job Stevens, who has done a pretty good job finding himself in some tough situations but has battled out through. Up to bat for Sumter, we have number 10, Ben Reynolds. So Beaufort's got to try to hold strong to make this a little bit closer of a game with only 2 more times at bat. Ball 1, as Ben Reynolds appears to do his rendition of the Matrix on that one, but back up in the box with a 1-0 count. Strike 1, 1-1 the count. And our base umpire, our plate umpire, really likes that bottom right corner, really extends the strike zone out to there. Nice little chopper foul ball, and Brutcher, probably the last guy you want to hit to today because he's been doing a great job of being everywhere on that third base side. Sumter County has had a lot of success hitting the ball in between the second baseman and the shortstop. That's kind of been their money zone, and they've been able to connect there quite a bit. High fly ball caught by the first baseman, number 17, Jaden Andrews, getting their first out real quick at the first batter. And Job, once again, continuing to build a little bit of confidence as everything goes on with his play out there. Now batting for Sumter, number 5, Hayden Mims. One out. Hit straight to Brutcher. Brutcher gets the ball, collects himself, and another great play by Brutcher as he throws to the first baseman, Jaden Andrews. So 2 quick outs right now for Job in this Beaufort County, with number 7 coming up to bat, the third hitter, Chase Denton. Now Beaufort County is a rally team, so if they can continue this, maybe get a quick 3 and out. Ball's hit. Got him. Quick 3 and out there for Beaufort County. Something that is going to at least give them a little bit of energy going their way. Maybe they'll be able to battle back at the bottom of the 6th. And Job, only 6 pitches that inning. That is tremendous for a 13-year-old. Only pitching the ball 6 times in an inning. Looks like we're getting some substitutions by Sumter County. Looks like they might be taking out Clark Kinney after a spectacular performance and putting in number 5, Hayden Mims. Hayden Mims trying to continue the success of number 11, Kinney, who has dominated so far in today's game. It does look like number 11, Kinney, is still out on the field. He's just playing shortstop, so let's see if he can make an impact from a third different area in today's game. Your leadoff batter for Beaufort County this inning is going to be number 11, Braden Deneen. Jim Hinson's walking back to the plate here. Eddie Rodriguez, the head coach for Beaufort County, a very dedicated coach, so much so that the jerseys that you see these Beaufort County kids wearing are actually all sponsors and donations that he did footwork for. He worked really hard and got all the boys these brand new white jerseys that kind of resemble the LA Dodgers, which is so definitely you can see the passion in a coach, and you can definitely see it trickle down through the team. Now let's see how Hayden Mims' first pitch goes after taking over for the dominant performance of Kinney. Brandon Nee lines up in the box. Here comes the pitch. Low, ball one. Here we go, second pitch. Chopper down third baseline. He's moving. It's an error right there by the third baseman, number 7, Chase Denton. So Sumter with a little bit of a stumble there. Normally everything has been going their way, but a little error on their way. Kevin Brown up to bat, and like I said, has really shown some of his athleticism throughout this tournament. Made a couple of great plays from a variety of different positions. We've seen him today alone play shortstop, outfield, and second base. Check the runner. Hayden Mims prepares for the pitch, gets it. Foul tip right there by Kevin Brown. 0-1's the count. Kevin Brown gets ready for the next pitch. High ball. That might have even been taller than Kevin Brown is. And that ball gets away from the catcher, number 11. Braden Deneen scampers over to second base, putting himself in a scoring position for Kevin Brown. Let's see if Beaufort County can take advantage of this. Bottom of the 6th, no outs, one guy in scoring position, and Kevin Brown up to bat. Three and 1 is the count right now. Kevin Brown could try to be aggressive here, and if it does look like a ball he can get his bat on, he could risk it and take a swing at it. And that's a strike. Once again, a signature Jim Henson far right strike call. 3-2's the count, full count right now. And Mims is sitting in a position that, still feels comfortable. He knows he just has to make one good pitch to either get the strikeout or allow it to be a playable ball for his outfielders. Unfortunately, it's very far right outside, and Kevin Brown takes the base. 2 men on base right now with number 13, the DH, Owen Harwell, up to bat. Owen is 0-2 today, hasn't got on base, but in previous games has played very well as a hitter, and one thing Beaufort County has been known for is their ability to score when they want to. Catcher finally gets into position. Now Mims fakes the pickoff to second base, but neither the second baseman nor the shortstop was even close to being in a position to do anything to help. Just maybe a little bit of a bluff there. And with that poor pitch, number 11 takes third base. Looks like the ball just kind of slipped out of Mims's hand, which can happen with dirt on it, and as with the heat with sweat, so not uncommon to see that. 1-1's the count right now. Kevin Brown looks like he's wanting to take a pretty big lead, but I think they know he's watching them, so he's not going too far. He's made quite a reputation for himself for stealing bases early on in this tournament, and I think today it's finally word has got out to make sure that you keep an eye on him when he's on base. Deneen, however, even being at third base, takes about a 10-foot lead to home plate. 1-2 is the count right now as Mims puts one right in the pocket. Ball's hit. Good catch. Deneen tags up. He's going to probably make it home pretty easily as a sacrificial play right there by Owen Harwell. Did his job, allowed a run to come in. The score is now 4-9 with Braden Deneen scampering in for the fourth run for Beaufort County. 1 out, bottom of the sixth with Kevin Brown on first base and Jaden Andrews, number 17, up to bat. Mims has done a pretty good job today trying to pick off Kevin Brown. As I just previously talked about, has made quite a reputation for himself as a base stealer. One and 0 is the count right now. Two and 0 is the count. And bless you to Matthew Watts, as apparently that projected over our broadcast. Another quick check down to first base. 2 and 0 is the count. Once again, trying to pick off Kevin Brown. Kevin Brown not even taking that big of a lead, so maybe just in the game plan for today for them to keep an eye on him and some of these Beaufort County runners. As a ball comes rocketing in here from field 2 from a foul ball from the Monk's Corner game. Two and 0, the count still now. 1 out. Big swing and a miss for Jaden Andrews. That makes the count 2-1 as Mims is battling back. Mims has been that style of pitcher so far from the brief time we've seen him out there. Gets behind and kind of works his way back up to either bringing it to a full count or putting a ball where it's playable for his outfield. Once again, faking towards Kevin Brown, trying to keep him in check. That appears to be a strike, and that's 3-2's the count with Jaden Andrews looking at a full count. Foul tip by Jaden Andrews as he stays alive for another pitch. Jaden Andrews looking to get on base. I think would prefer a hit, but will take the walk as he was granted. So now Kevin Brown on second, Jaden Andrews on first with the now catcher, number 5, Carter Zariva, up to bat. Carter looking over at Coach Eddie Rodriguez. As Beaufort County's looking at 1 out so far, but trying to fight back at the bottom of the 7th. So Eddie kind of going over the fine points of where his elbow should be on this hit. Nice and tight to the body, because it looks like Mims is trying to stay nice and close. They want to hit with the meat of the bat, not that handle.
Don't foul off the backstop, even the count at 1-1. So 1-1 count here, runner on first base, 1 out, top of the 7th inning. St. George, 2 outs to stay alive in this tournament. Much more is only 2 outs away from being the state championship. Next pitch outside corner, and actually it was a 1-2 count. The umpire
Pitch count for
bumped.
it was total for Mims.
So it looks like Sumter's changing their pitcher. They're going to make it number 7, Chase Denton, who was the third baseman.
For Sumter's number 5, Hayden Mims. Is 19.
Hayden Mims only throwing 19 pitches, did a very good job while he was in there, only allowing 2 runs, but still was a very good pitcher, maintaining, you know, the low-scoring affair that they've had so far against Beaufort, who's normally a very high-scoring team. So going to be interesting to see what Chase Denton brings to the mound. Looks like he's got a couple different change-up pitches there.
I want to thank St. George for their battling and staying in this tournament.
And while we still have this brief break in the action,
St. George won at Monk's Corner.
it does look like Monk's Corner for the Dixie boys is now the state champion, beating out St. George 9-1. Monk's Corner, once again, that team with a star-studded lineup of 8 state champions last year on it and 1 national champion on it. So quite a bit of talent on that Monk's Corner team. They came in as a very dominant team and really emphasized that as the state tournament has gone on. So now just 1 game left to finish today, and that's this Beaufort County versus Sumter. Now, if this score continues, then Sumter and Beaufort County will play another game, because each team will then have 1 loss. First pitch is really outside. 1-0 is the count. Kevin Brown looking locked and loaded to spring off into third base. Ball 2. Kevin Brown kind of goes back to a more reasonable distance from the plate than his normal risky 10 to 15 foot lead. Keeps his feet moving. Try to pick off Andrews at 1. Ball gets away. This could mean Kevin Brown's going home. Oh, hesitates. Safe. Kevin Brown using his speed. Jaden Andrews out. He hesitated on running to third base. Cost his team an out, but still, Kevin Brown taking advantage of the miscue, brings it around, makes the score 5-9, but 2 outs. Carter Zariva still up to bat right now. It looks like there's some type of discussion between the umpires. Still calling him out. I don't know if Eddie Rodriguez was arguing that the third baseman was in the line or what, but definitely Jaden Andrews kind of miscued that slide. Couldn't tell if maybe the third baseman was in his way. Looks like 2-0 is the count. Nice little chopper. He's got to unhook the trailer, try to get there. Doesn't get there. Great play by the shortstop, getting Carter Zariva out at first base. Now, that takes us to the end of the 6th inning with your score 9 Sumter, 5 Beaufort County. We're going to take a brief break, and we'll be right back at the Beaufort County channel. And welcome back to the final inning of the first state championship game for the Dixie Junior boys. If this score remains the same, or if Sumter maintains or adds to its lead, we will be playing a game 2.
Leading off number 14, Bryson Hodge.
Up on the mound for Beaufort County, we have Joe Stevens, who has done a very good job of holding off Sumter's rally in scoring. Up to bat for Sumter, number 14, Bryson Hodge, and it's really hard to say what Sumter player hasn't been on bases thus far today. It feels like every single one of them has gotten on base at least one time up to bat. First pitch was a ball. Second pitch is a high ball. And Job Stevens, this is just the style of pitcher he is. He really likes to work the corners, and sometimes it gets him in some trouble, but definitely a very confident guy. He's a hard foul tip, and that's what he's looking to do. Almost every time one of Sumter's players has gotten a hold of the ball, it has been playable for the outfield of Beaufort County, and that's been working in the favor, and kind of why Job has had the most success out of most of the pitchers today. Ball gets there, and once again goes to Brutcher. Brutcher doing a great job today of field play. A solid third baseman. Can't ask for much more out of a kid when you put him out there. Now up to bat, number 4, Blake Van Patten. Job looking to continue to be the pitcher that creates hits that are playable for his baseman, and trying to get a quick 3 and out here. Quick bunt, but it's a foul ball, and Brutcher was creeping up anyway. And not really a player on Beaufort County, as I've touched on, that you want to mess with. He is a assassin out there as a fieldsman.
Number 20, Jake Herndon.
Now Kevin Brown is actually back at second base, moving all around. They got him everywhere. 0-2 is the count after that foul tip. So
Number 2, Aiden Armstrong.
here comes the pitch. Another foul tip. But this is the type of situation that Job Stevens lives in. He likes the batters to make contact, but he's trying to make them hit playable balls for his fieldsmen.
Number 5, Manning Thompson.
Another foul ball. 4 straight foul balls right now for Van Patten. So he's making contact, which is still good, but
Number 11,
not getting it where he wants it to go. Looks like the umpire's holding off the pitcher. Looks like we got a ball coming in from the outfield here.
Number 8, Connor Carrollton. Number 3, Caleb Byron.
And struck him out. Good job right there by number 1, Joe Stevens, to strike out Blake Van Patten.
Clayton Westbury.
Now batting number 2, Sean Rouse.
Now here's been a guy with a lot of success today along with Kenny.
Jackson.
Sean Rouse, 100% base percentage right now. First pitch is a strike though. Job trying to prove that he's not afraid to go right at Rouse.
Amy Thompson.
Oh, hit Rouse's bat, I believe. Hit the bottom of his bat.
And Richard Purvis.
Oh, 0-2 is the count right now.
Around the balls for St. George, the players, coaches, and fans have been a pleasure.
Rouse looks a little bit confused, I guess, didn't understand why that counted as a strike against him, but it technically counts as a foul ball because it hits his bat. Far ball outside, 1-2 the count. Job trying to end this inning, Rouse trying to continue his streak of 100% base percentage. So everybody was something to lose right here.
Number 5, J.P. Proctor.
Rouse gets it down and once again continues his streak of getting on base. Rouse, a very proficient hitter and very impressive game he has today with the bat in his hand. Still only a single, but still. He's done a great job of not only hitting the ball, but placement of the ball.
Number 9, Miller McGuire.
Next up to bat, number 9, Dylan Jones.
Number 11, Mason Salisbury.
Looks like Carter Zariva's got a little bit of discussion to have with his pitcher out there.
Number 6,
Beaufort just needs one more out to keep their hopes alive in today's game for this one and try to prevent a game 2. Rouse takes off. Great throw by Zariva, little high. Little high.
Number 4, Ryan Pierce.
One and 0 is the count.
Number 2, Jackson Blackburn.
Beat him out. Great sprint by both the batter and the first baseman, but Jaden Andrews just had a little bit more juice in his step and beat Dylan Jones to the plate. The score right now is Sumter 9, Beaufort County 5. Job Stevens finishes today's game with 52 pitches. On the mound right now, we still have number 7 for Sumter, Chase Denton. Now this is the last opportunity that Beaufort County has to tie the game or win the game, needing 4 runs to tie it and 5 runs to win it. Now Beaufort County, as I mentioned, has been a team that when they are hot, they are on fire. We haven't seen that spark really today. We've seen glimpses of their normal play, but just seem a little bit things aren't going their way and the ball just hasn't been bouncing their way. But still can't count a team like Beaufort out. There's a reason they're undefeated. They're a resilient team. They're very well coached and they're very talented young men.
Chad Salisbury.
So over on field 2, they're actually handing out the awards for the finalists and the champions for both St. George, who's the finalist, and Monk's Corner, the state champions. And as I mentioned, most of those guys won a state championship last year as the Dixie Junior boys. So up to bat now for Beaufort County is number 23, Dietrich Schufert, who's at the top of the lineup and the leadoff batter for them at the 7th inning. This is their time to shine, and they want to get as many men on base as possible. But here comes the pitch, far outside for ball 1. This is a very high pressure situation, and it's going to have to see if these kids continue to have ice in their veins. Hit the batter, and Dietrich Schufert gets on base after getting popped in the elbow by a fastball. Next up to bat, number 21, Kyler McKeever. Kyler McKeever started off the game as pitcher today for Beaufort County, but has really been one of their bright spots throughout the whole entire state tournament. His name has been said quite a bit. And 2019, in my opinion, appears to be the year of people named Kyler, with Kyler Murray actually the number 1 overall pick, dual athlete to the NFL. And so when you share a name with such a big sports figure, got to try to live up to the height, and Kyler McKeever has. Strike 1, bottom right of the box on that one, and Chase Denton kind of finds his zone. Looks like we got a count of 1-1 right now. Chase Denton trying to play with that bottom right corner. He's trying to live in that area, maybe rent a little bit of real estate in that corner because that's where he wants to throw the ball. Kyler McKeever finally getting a little bit of meat on that ball. So count is now 1-2 after that foul tip. Now Kyler's got to remain patient and either find the pitch that he likes or just hope that maybe Chase Denton throws some more balls. Good hit right there. It is playable, but an error right there by the shortstop, Kinney. Kinney is human after all in today's game and finally makes his first error, which is we have not seen at all. He has been almost Mr. Perfect out there on almost every side of the ball. Pitching, hitting, and has had a lot of success at shortstop. Just a brief little error there, but hey, he has played a great game. Now up to bat, number 27, Logan Brutcher. Really been an all-star out there on third base. First pitch is a strike, tight inside pitch. Two men on base right now. Brutcher looking to at least get him in scoring position, if not bring at least one of them home. Foul tip. 0-2 is the count. Brutcher looking to bring some of his success in field behind the plate as he's batting right now. It only takes one ball, one hit to change the complete momentum of the game. Brutcher's really looking to do it right now with no outs for Beaufort County and two men on base. Looks like they're calling that one a ball. Hinson did check down with his other umpire, Mark Renix, to make sure he didn't cross the plate. So pitch count right now, 1-2. Another ball right there. 2-2 is the count. Looking at a nice even count. Eddie Rodriguez over there trying to remind Brutcher the proper technique he wants to see versus this pitcher. Joining us in the press box, superstar athletic supervisor Derek Atola struck him out. Mr. Gatola is also known as Dugout Daryl. He is responsible for bringing all these kids the proper hydration.
Came your way twice, Ben. Came your way twice, Clark.
So one out right now with Hudson Mullen up on the base to hit the ball. Two guys on base. I apologize. I stumbled over that last sentence there. Had to look around to see the proper scoring. Hudson, big swing and a miss. Beaufort has got to take advantage of this opportunity with only one out, 2 men on base. They got to try to make something big happen here and soon if they want to stay alive in this game. Hit foul ball as we get to see Eddie Rodriguez's spin move out there. Looks like we could have a future Dancing with the Stars coach. Looked pretty nimble. Hudson gets back ready, loads it. Another ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Hudson Mullen. Here comes the windup. Another foul ball, and once again, Eddie Rodriguez doing another spin move out there. Really trying to get his audition tape out there. I'm pretty sure he might have some words to say for Hudson for hitting so many balls at him after the game, but it comes with the territory of being the third base coach with a right-handed batter. Eddie really backing up this time, doesn't want to get hit by the ball. And another foul tip, 3 straight foul tips for Hudson. Hudson staying alive with a 1-2 count right now. Would like to probably see a few more balls thrown his way to get these bases loaded for number 11, Braden Deneen, who had a great time at bat last time out there. Trying to pick him off safe, though. Was possible, it was a little bit of a slow turn by the pitcher, but was something definitely that they could have made happen. Got a beautiful picture right here from the drone, which we've been fortunate enough to have here, giving us a bird's eye view of the game and different angles. Once again, a foul tip. That's 5 straight foul tips for Hudson Mullen. Wait, really? So I actually just got word that Hudson Mullen is the son of former Major League pitcher Scott Mullen. So definitely baseball is in his blood. And probably why he did pretty well as a pitcher the other day also. Maybe learned a trick or two from his old man. 6 straight foul tips for Hudson as he stays alive. Got to appreciate his resiliency and trying to get his guys in, or at least in better scoring position. Good hit right down. And double play to end the game. Wow. So with that being said, Sumter takes game 1 9-5, meaning we will be playing a game 2 today. Beaufort and Sumter are going to take a brief break. Not a beef break. We're not sponsored by Wendy's today. We have been all week, but they did not give us food today. The coaches will meet and conference on discuss how long of a break they will need to prepare for the second game. And we will have a game 2 with the elimination. Beaufort County receiving their first loss today, and Sumter redeeming their only loss.
Both teams line up on the foul line for the presentation of the home run ball.
So we are going to present a home run ball real quick, but we'll be right back with the county channel to hopefully game 2 of this championship series between Sumter and Beaufort County for the state championship of the Dixie Junior Boys.